according to reports from Page 6, a press dinner to boost RFK Jr.'s presidential campaign unfortunately descended into a foul bout of screaming and farting over climate change. Seriously. Now, according to Page 6, which actually witnessed the incident, Kennedy's New York City press dinner at Tony's restaurant on the Upper East Side devolved into a pretty bitter argument between Doug Dechert. Do you know who this guy is?
No.
And Anthony Haden-Guest. Okay, so you see Doug on the left and Anthony Haden-Guest on the right. Okay, now what happened exactly? The argument apparently began after Kennedy was asked a question about the environment, climate change. The mere inquiry was enough to set off apparently drunk gossip columnist turned flack Doug Dechert, the host of the event, who became enraged and screamed at the top of his lungs, "The climate hoax!"
So I guess he was fart right.
What?
No.
Meanwhile, let's just pretend like that didn't happen. Meanwhile, art critic Anthony Haden-Guest, who appeared to have been sleeping happily for most of the dinner, was roused by the abrupt rumpus. He suddenly opened his eyes and denounced his longtime pal, calling him a miserable blob. What a fun dinner. What a
Totally. So by the way, we're gonna get to RFK's reaction at some point, but these randos are like having the time of their lives. This is such a thing that if you've never, and I have never been to one of these, but I've heard of them. Like this is some old school New York stuff where dudes with tons of money that have known each other for 30 years and go literally to the same cocktail parties and throw those cocktail parties, get together and give money to politicians and stuff. And so this is like high society gone wrong.
I would pay to not have to be there.
Except that it's hilarious.
No, I know. I like reading about it. I wouldn't want to be in the room with these guys. But anyway, nonetheless, by the way, Haden-Guest very upset that it's been reported that he was happily asleep at the time. He denies that. It's really important you know that he denies that. He says that he was just thinking, and he was in fact the one that asked the environment question.
Well, it's not impossible because one of my co-founders here, Dave Kohler, who you guys see every once in a while on Old School and other shows, he's a legendary micro napper, and so he'll close his eyes every once in a while. But for somehow miraculously, he does sometimes hear the conversations. So, but overall, not normal to go to a dinner and close your eyes for a really long time. Usually a sign that you might be asleep.
Now, Dechert started to scream wildly about the climate hoax, the scam. He's very, very like amped up about it. So apparently at that time, Haden-Guest peppered him with verbal volleys, as it's described, from across the table, calling him effing insane and insignificant, all while RFK Jr. is there. Keep in mind, he's just like watching calmly, which to his credit, he's watching calmly, right?
Yeah, to his discredit, he's the one that asked Dechert, I'll call him Dechert, to throw the party in the first place. And Dechert's like, it's my party, so I'll
scream if I want to.
I'll scream if I want to, totally. I'll dance if I want to. And see, I appreciate your jokes, unlike you. Okay, anyways.
Well, my jokes are good.
Come on, everybody's telling their friends about the fart right joke, and you know it, okay, anyways. But the dude's a weirdo. He's like a right-wing weirdo. Dechert is.
Dechert,
right?
yes. He's the one who thinks it's a climate hoax. He's freaking out.
And he's the one throwing the party on behalf of RFK Jr.
True.
And RFK Jr. is like, yeah, cool, all right, let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna have a far-right guy give me money and invite his weirdo friends, and I'm gonna take money from them. Oh, it turns out the weirdo far-right guy did something incredibly weird. Like maybe he didn't know. Maybe it's totally possible he didn't know.
Isn't RFK Jr. friendly with like Steve Bannon and stuff?
Well, Bannon encouraged them to run, goes the story, right? And no, so but remember guys, RFK Jr. is a really strange case because he really did start out on the very left, right? And a lot of his positions are still on the very left, okay, including on the environment. And that's why his friend Dechert threw a fit, right? A farting fit, is that a thing?
But we haven't even gotten to the farts, guys.
Yeah, okay, so we haven't even gotten to the fart of the deal yet.
That was good, that was good, that was good.
Okay, so anyways, but now he has, and he's always had these anti-vaccine ideas, but now he's kind of morphed into really extreme conspiracy theories from the right wing, like the water's turning the frogs and the kids gay and transgender, etc. So he's kind of lost the thread in a big way. That's why the right wing now loves RFK Jr. That's why it's not that surprising that this weirdo would be throwing the party for him. And that's why no to RFK Jr. Sorry, but not even close, no.
So believe it or not, this is where things start to get insane, okay? So as Page 6 reports, Dutchert sensed the need for a new rhetorical tack and let rip a loud, prolonged fart while yelling as if to underscore his point, "I'm farting."
Well, good for you, man. Because if it wasn't clear enough, I'm glad you straightened that out.
Farts really do lighten the mood. Things were getting a little hostile, things were getting a little uncomfortable, and he's like, I know, I'm gonna fart. He might be an American hero here.
No, not an American hero.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
So, but to be fair to him, and we're a fair show, we want to give his statement afterwards. He said, "I apologize for using my flatulence as a medium of public commentary in your presence." So, well, okay, at least he understands it. But then when the New York Post reached out to him, and I'm not sure anyone's a good guy in this story, he insisted on being called the beer-fueled sex rocket.
This story is, everything about it is absurd. Everything about it.
And I was thinking, like, if I was a candidate, what would I do in that situation? But here's what I wouldn't do.
You wouldn't be in the room,
I wouldn't be in the room. Okay, that is definitely right. And if I was in the room, I wouldn't be like, oh, the host thinks that climate change doesn't exist and it's a hoax. Well, I'll just stay calm and not say anything. Like, I don't find that objectionable. No, I would find that deeply objectionable, even more objectionable than his flatulence.
I know, but have you seen him without a shirt on?
I have not, but I am worried about what that beer-fueled sex rocket might look like without a shirt.
No, I'm not even talking about Dutchert.
Okay, I thought you meant the sex rocket. No, RFK Jr. on the other hand.
Holy crap! I thought that was photoshopped. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's funny. They're doing what they do with Trump, because like the Trump NFTs is like, but.
Okay, now the last thing is about.
But how did he do? But how was he so shredded?
No, that's because look,
those pecs.
I know, but remember, he's part of Hollywood royalty. He's part of the Kennedys, so he was a good lawyer, from what I understand. So he's loaded. So all he has time for is sit around and rant against vaccines and lift weights.
No, but you know what? He's doing the right thing with the working out and looking good, because, like I've said before, if you're a tremendously wealthy person, you owe it to the American people to look good.
You owe it to the American people. You owe it to them. Okay, well, he's paid his debt, okay, to his country. So yes, now the funny thing is, last thing on this is, so I looked at his pictures without his shirt many times, I'm kidding. Okay, and I looked at him, I was like, oh, well, good for you, brother. I don't agree with your politics these days, but nice work, right? And then I let it go, because it's just like a fun little curiosity, and that's why you brought it up. The right wing went nuts. It was on every show, and they were all like, what a man. And like, they get homoerotic so quick. Like, they go from 0 to 10 on homoerotic.
It doesn't take much. Remember, in 2012 or 2013, I believe, Vladimir Putin did this like super cheesy photo shoot where he's riding shirtless on a horse, and like he's not in great shape. Like, he just looks like he's got dad bod, like normal dad bod, right? And the right wing lost it over those photos. Like, they liked it.
Oh yeah.
Look at this man.
No, they're hilarious. For guys who are theoretically against LGBTQ plus people, anytime there's a dude without a shirt on, they're like, man, that's a man, I love that guy. Did you see his nipples? I'm not sure anyone said that exactly, but it seemed like it.